Hey everybody, Adam Savage, and I'm in London at Propstore with Stephen Lane. Sir, how are you?
Great to see you, man.
Really good to see you. You have an auction upcoming, and there are some Harry Potter goodness in this auction, and we're going to talk about it. Dude, I have to say, the Nimbus brooms are, full stop, my favorite props from the whole Harry Potter franchise.
It's like the Rolls Royce almost of props, isn't it? I mean, the construction and the work that's gone in to produce this is astonishing.
It was the first piece I saw in the movie that made me feel like I really understood the capitalist influences of magic, right? There was like class issues in this, right? There's no way to save time on building something like this. We know Pierre, whose shop built these Nimbus brooms, and it's like, this is really polished steel and chromed. The handle has been like lovingly rubbed. It looks like, hand rubbed lacquer because it might be.
Yeah. It's like car body paint finish on it, isn't it? It's just astonishing, really.
And the logo out here, I'm going to cradle this, but
very carefully.
I got some. Look at this logo out there. Is so amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
Embedded and like very carefully cut.
Nimbus 2001, of course. So this is one of the hero brooms for the Slytherin team. The Nimbuses were gifted by Lucius Malfoy, of course, to the Slytherin team to one up on the other teams in the competition. And I think it has that dark look to it, that dark nature of the Slytherin team.
It really does.
I think this is probably all metalwork, full metalwork through here. You've got, as you say, the embedded logo for the Nimbus 2000 at the top here. Full metal stand on it as well, which pivots as well.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
If you lift it up, then it sort of folds back down into place. And then these are, I think these are dyed and formed nylon strands.
Yeah, I think they're weed whacker nylon.
Weed whacker nylon. We call them strimmers in the UK, but yeah, I know what you mean by a weed whacker.
You can even just see clearly there's like a nice a lightweight resin core in the middle helping giving the shape.
Giving it the form, but
But it is rare that you and I have stood in front of a prop that feels precisely like what it purports to be.
Yeah,
this feels like a high-end sports car of a witch's broom, which is what it's pretending it is.
Exactly, and they would have had multiple versions of this for sure.
Right.
They would have had the special effects, they would have had the rig versions. I have seen a stunt version of this previously where this detail here was just probably laser cut lettering, and it was peeling away, so it was one that would have been used for action sequences probably, but this I would have thought would have been used for hero close-up shots just because of the nature of the piece.
And it's also heavy, right? It's
really
not like
heavy.
you're going to give
you're
this
not
to a young actor and be like, go for it, kid.
No, I bet they had a lot of fun with these actually. If you think about the weight of this and then really the delicate nature of this tip down here, I wonder how many problems they had with them standing like that. It's just like, not on the end, not on the end, it's going to pop apart. There's
also what looks like a little bit of residue from gaffer tape here, which would be perhaps a production thing from shooting.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, it could well be that it was just bound at some point to ensure that it kept its form.
Sure.
I think this is likely post-production rather than pre-production. I don't think they'd allow it on camera like that. So the likelihood is that this is something that's and it'd probably be easily removable as well. We just haven't want to play with it at all and just leave it in its original form.
Yeah, nylon is fairly inert. Removing that with a solvent probably shouldn't be too hard.
Right. Yeah.
Dude.
Just need a professional to do it, like you.
It is such a gorgeous piece. There's no, the illusion doesn't break no matter where you look or touch.
No, you've got these sort of rubber feet on here, as you say, it pivots as well. You wonder what the budget would be to produce a number of these for the film. I mean, you can see where the money was going in the show.
Have you carried one of these before at auction?
No, we have seen one of these go through auction in the US previously, and I think that was the version that had the decal rather than the inset.
Okay, yeah.
So that we haven't seen one of these before. We've had other brooms, but we've never had a Nimbus 2001.
It is so beautiful. The illusion it creates is complete, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
And now to other long, skinny things. We've got a couple of wands, and
segue.
Yeah, you have carried Harry Potter wands before at different auctions, I'm sure.
We have. Yes, we've had a number of them.
I've never taken a close-up look at them, and I did not realize how absolutely jewel-like they are in their construction.
You're absolutely right. And look, one of the considerations when we're working with things like Harry Potter wands is just authenticity. And authenticity is critical and key and a big part of our ethos and philosophy about just ensuring that everything that we work with is genuine.
And with an object this small, it's easy to replicate, and so it makes your job harder to authenticate.
It does, but interestingly enough, you're absolutely right. When you look at these and understand the quality and nature of the builds, when you see them close up, you can soon spot the ones that have been cast post-production, have been painted up by somebody who wasn't part of the original paint department. Sometimes the materials have been different as well. So we're very, very careful about any ones that we handle. We spend a lot of time analysing them and really doing a deep dive into exactly, making sure that everything matches as we expect it to. And in a lot of instances, we'll go outside as well. We'll go back to some of the team members who worked on the show. Yeah. If there's a one that we haven't seen before, if it's constructed in a different way, then we'll still engage with people in the special effects departments and in the prop departments as well now. It's really important to us. It's critical.
They make it crystal clear that to production, it was paramount that, again, just like the illusion of this isn't broken no matter how close you get, the same thing with the ones. They feel like ancient pieces of bone and stick. They feel like they've been handled for decades. They really have a patina of love and use.
They do, yeah. And what's important to note is that the construction changed really from film 3 onwards. So for film 2, a lot of the influence for the wands was from JK. She really had a lot of input on that. She really wanted them to have this very simplistic nature to them, and of course make them look like they were real wands, practical ones, even though we know how good those teams are at doing that. So that's why we see with this one to start with.
This is Hermione's,
yes. Yeah, of course. Right. So this is film 1 and 2 Hermione. Again, it changes in film 3 onwards. But this is all turned wood.
It really, and it's real turned wood. That's not painted.
Real. Yeah, no, this is real.
So they've gone for a piece with some really interesting figuring in the wood that they used.
Yeah, it's give it a bit of character, doesn't it? Really, as much as anything else.
I mean, it's like a antique chess piece in its beauty.
Yeah. I think it has an effeminate feel to it as well for some reason. I don't know why, but you can see why that would be perhaps Hermione's. And light, easy to work with, but at the same time, again, looks and feels exactly as you would expect it to in a real world situation.
Yeah, the actor's job is to make it feel like the object is part of them, and making props this beautiful makes that job easy for the actors too.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
I really want to talk about this beauty. This is Voldemort, right?
Voldemort's, yes. So this is a standard wand, as we said. This is a wooden one, film 1 and 2. This is from later in the film series. This is where we're working with sort of resin materials, and the prop departments had lots of issues actually over the years with these as well. So you can see there's sort of a kink through this. I mean, as you rotate it sort of around the camera, you can see it's got a bow in it.
It does.
And as they moved into working with resins, they had loads of problems, and were trying to work out exactly how they could stop that happening, how they could get this sort of banana-ing effect that they see. And actually some of the ones that we have handled over the years really do have that sort of bow to it, and we can see a little bit of there.
It's very difficult on a hot film set under all the conditions this gets filmed and used under, and resin is very heat sensitive.
Absolutely. This of course is a special effects version, so that's why we've got the
tip up there.
Yeah, and I think if you very carefully rotate this element here, you can
really?
just wind that around. There we go.
Holy cow. Oh, that's amazing. Also, I gotta say, the paintwork on this, the base of this handle is, I would have trouble thinking that it's not real bone. Like, I would have trouble believing that it's not real bone. It looks completely genuine. I mean, you and I have both seen pieces of ivory up close. Like, that feels completely real.
It really does. And it is interesting, though, that this is one of the ones that has quite a differentiator between the special effects version and then the hero sort of close-up version when it's not lit up, because they did actually use a translucent resin which looks even more like bone. Oh, wow. But of course, for the special effects version, you've got to build in a battery compartment. They've got the wiring running through the middle of it. And then you've got the light source at the end, the light bulb at the end of it as well. So, and again, they played with loads of different methodologies for actually lighting up. They had some which were push buttons, some with the rotation.
Amazing.
They ran some cables out. So I think it was a real sort of evolution of how they were making these things work best on camera.
Right. Each new film brings new ideas, new tries, new ways to tell the story.
Yeah.
These are an unbelievable pair of pieces.
I think we should show you one more though.
Okay.
Let me pull up this other one that we were having a look at earlier on, and this is really quite a funny story. So when we talk about the different ways that they approached sort of lighting up, the effects that they needed, this is a Harry one. So this, again,
look at this detail.
Beautiful paintwork on this. This has literally only come into us very, very recently.
Oh, so this isn't in this auction?
This isn't in this auction.
Okay.
No, let's just talk about this for shits and giggles. So this is a fun thing to talk about because you're right here, right now. And we had a bit of a moment with this earlier on, didn't we? So first of all, let's talk about what it is. It's a Harry wand from film 3 onwards. So again, Harry in the early films had a very simplistic, very straightforward wooden wand. film 3 onwards, we saw this more sort of elaborate and gnarly looking wand.
But they really went all out in the detailing on the base here, and it's everything about it is beautiful.
It is, yeah, it's stunning. And again, it's exactly what you'd expect to see.
Right.
But when this came into us, we had no idea what this was. We'd never seen anything like this tip on the
nodule up here, what could it be?
Yeah. So shall I tell the story of us sitting over lunch a little while ago?
You brought it over while we were eating lunch, and you said, Adam, what do you think that is? And I said, I don't know. It could be a laser element. Let me take a look at it. And I pulled out my flashlight. I pulled out my flashlight like this, and I started to look at it, and you said, wait a minute, I think I know what it does. And I was like, what do you mean? And you said, all right, give me the flashlight. I think it's fiber optic.
Yeah, let's shine that damn camera
there
and you can just see exactly what we're doing there.
That's amazing.
It's just superb, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and I actually even showed you that you can see the black housing of the fiber optic there. I think they cut it right there.
So it would have had a cable that would have probably run down the costume piece
Absolutely.
down to a very powerful light source.
You can get a tremendous amount of light pumped through a fiber optic element like this. So when they're like lighting up a whole room of smoke, that's how you would attempt to do that.
Yeah. And I love it because, you know, I've been handling Harry Potter props for years.
Yeah.
And every now and again something comes in.
A brand new.
And this is a Harry wand of which we've seen a few over the years, but I have never ever seen this before. And also the construction's different. It's made of a softer material. You've just got a little bit of give in that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that would be. Maybe it's just easier to cast into. Or...
So I have an interesting, the fact that the metal ferrule is at the end of the fiber optic is interesting to me. Because like I have a microscope with a fiber optic element and its end has this kind of thing. So clearly they were thinking we need to put fiber optic into a wand. And rather than just go buy fiber optic, it sounds like they had some stuck in an instrument and they just cut it and put it on the end of the wand. Because you can gather together fiber optic and melt the end and get a pretty great end. I love that they used this piece. That's what tells us, like, I think that this was maybe a one-off solution.
Does that actually work like a lens then? Does that really sort of enhance the light that's been projected out of the fiber optic? Or does it just encapsulate it so much that it sort of...
I think what it is it gathers all the fiber optic cables in a single stack and then they're polished so that the maximum amount of light comes out of their end without like any bending, so it's a really nice flat polish. That's what you get when you use that kind of end.
Right, got you. So now we've got to go away and see if we can work out exactly which shot it was used for. So it will be obviously a casting shot. It's where he's going to be casting a spell and there has to be a really bright light source come out of it. But that's the next leg in the journey really for this.
That's amazing. And again, sensitivity and refinement of the sculpting, the casting, the painting on these wands is unparalleled. Really amazing,
Beautiful
Stephen.
props.
This is not in the auction. All the other stuff we've been talking about is in the auction, and it's happening soon.
It is. It's live online right now. Biddings, you can register, you can bid right now, and the auction itself takes place between December the 5th and the 7th, with the live auction day for the main hero props on December the 5th. So tune in for that.
Thank you so much, Stephen.
Pleasure.
See you guys next time. I really appreciate you watching all of that. And if you are pondering right now what to get for the maker, tinkerer, or general obsessive in your life, or what to get yourself, I'd like to humbly suggest our brand new Savage Industries Shop Apron. Its predecessor is one of the most popular things we have ever manufactured, and we are still selling them, but now we've added to it. We've simplified it, we've lowered the cost, and we've made an entry-level apron, still manufactured in the United States, still made of upcycled materials, and I swear this might become my new daily wear. Get yours today at adamsavage.com. Yeah, there we go.